What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the FNG Academy. Buck here, former Green Beret, here to help you guys get selected. Alright guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to crush being a new guy. I want you guys to be successful when you show up to the team, so let's talk about some expectations for when you first get to your ODA. You graduate selection, you graduate the Q course, you don the Green Beret, you're about to show up. What is it going to be like, and what are some things you could do to increase your chances for success? Alright guys, but before we do, I was reached out to somebody because their husband is deployed and they wanted me to do a shout out, so I just wanted to say happy birthday to Sergio Hernandez. I know you're deployed right now. Thanks for your service, brother. Stay strong, come back safe, and we wish you a happy birthday from the FNG Academy. Alright guys, do me a favor, let's get 2,000 likes on this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps a lot. Let's help get these videos out there so we can get as many people selected and get the best soldiers into our special operations as possible. And thank you again for your donations to the Warrior Dog Foundation. We're over halfway to our goal, and I hope we could hit $5,000 by the end of the month. Thank you guys so much. All right, so what is it going to be like when you get to your first ODA, and what can you expect, and what are some things that you could do to increase your chances of being a good teammate and getting accepted on that team? Because let's be honest, if you go to an ODA and you are a bad new guy, you could make your new guy experience really difficult. They can make it super hard on you. You could have a lot of button heads and then create some bad blood that could stick with you for a long time. Your reputation in special operations starts the day you show up to selection because you're always with the guy to your left and to your right, and they're going to follow your reputation throughout. You wouldn't believe it. To this day, I get people reaching out to me like, hey man, we worked together. I got this company, I got this product. And then I'll reach out to my friends that I trust and ask them what kind of person they were. They give me the thumbs up, we move forward. They give me the thumbs down. Even now, I got to look twice because you have to trust the guys to your left and to your right. So your reputation is key. So make sure you have a reputation that you could hang your hat on throughout the Q course and throughout selection. Obviously, there's going to be guys that don't like you. That's natural. I'm not saying you have to be friends with everyone, but you should be proud of your actions and you should be happy with your service. But when you get to your ODA, what can you expect as a new guy? First, and this is probably one of the most important things, super important, is that you need to understand that you don't know shit about shit. All right, so yes, you graduated the Q course, you donned the Green Beret, you walked around Fort Bragg like big man on campus, but now you're on your team. Now it's the responsibility of the team to teach you how to be a Green Beret. The Q course was just giving you a rundown. They had to cover so many topics that they're just giving you the broad strokes of how to accomplish those missions, how to accomplish those tasks, so you could be somewhat competent by the time you get to your team, and then the team could take that base level of knowledge and really teach you how to be a Green Beret. So just understand that you don't know shit. If you go to the team and you start having this arrogance, like I passed the Q course and here I am, look at me, and I'm blessing you with my presence, you're gonna have a hard day. It's also important to understand that it really doesn't matter what your MOS is when it comes to experience on the team. You could be an 18 Bravo, weapon sergeant, love guns, comp shooter, the whole nine, know everything about ballistics. You walk into that team, I guarantee you, the most senior person on that team is going to be able to outshoot you at the drop of a hat. He's going to outperform you almost in every way because he's got so much more training and experience than you do. It doesn't matter that he's an 18 Delta or an 18 Echo. If he's the most senior person on the team, likely he's going to be able to crush you in demo. He's going to be able to crush you in shooting. And so you're going to have to swallow your pride and understand that you're there to learn. You're there to learn how to be a Green Beret. So show up, have humility, and be a sponge. One of the best ways that you're going to be able to show people that you have humility is by sweeping the floors, cleaning the bathroom, and being the first one there and the last one out. I know I've talked about this before, but it's super important for people to understand that you're there to work and you're there to learn. Another huge thing is keep your mouth shut. You don't have input until your input is invited in. Think of it as a big round table, and when you guys have meetings and when you guys have input, nobody wants to hear your input as a new guy, all right? They know you don't know jack. You should understand that you don't know jack, and you should sit back and just try to learn and soak up what the senior guys are talking about. Your goal is to gain their approval and their acceptance. Even if you guys don't necessarily like each other, you need to respect each other because you need to respect others' work mentality, experience, and all that good stuff. Sometimes I liked my seniors, sometimes I didn't, but at the end of the day, I always respected their experience, and I tried to learn from them as much as I could. So have humility, show up. You're going to be expected to clean, sweep the floors, clean the bathrooms, and prove that you know your place on the totem pole. This is very important. It shows two things. One, it shows that you can have humility, that you can humble yourself and understand your ranking in the structure of an ODA on a team, because that says a lot about your emotional intelligence, that you understand that there's a hierarchy, right? So it's a lot more in depth than I just want to bash you. Do expect a lot of shit talking. That's another thing where you think that these guys are just trying to be jerks to you, but in reality, they're trying to see how you handle the pressure. If I come at you rough and I start talking smack, can you be humble and take it and laugh back at me? Or are you the type of person that gets offended because your ego gets hurt, your ego gets bruised, and you start snapping back even though you don't have the rank or the experience to do so? It may seem like this kind of bro mentality, but in reality it is. But it works. The way Special Operations operates and how we accommodate that bro mentality and how we use it, it works really, really well. It's important that you understand kind of how people are treating you has second and third order effects on the long-term treatment you're going to receive. That being said, just because your senior does something a certain way does not mean it's the only way to do it and that's 100% the right way. I've had multiple different types of seniors. One was like, it's your guys' equipment, you lose it, it's on you. Even though that's not the case, those things weren't even sub-hand receipted. If they lost it, it would have been on him because he signed for it. But he was the type of person that wanted to be like, it's big boy rules. You guys lose your equipment, we'll deal with that later, that's on you. That's where I've had other seniors that are like, you're going to sub-hand receipt every piece of equipment. You're going to double, triple check it every time we get to the range, every time we leave the range. It's up to you how you want to run your section when it's yours. But understand that just because someone with more experience is doing it a certain way does not mean it's the right way or it's the way that you have to continue it once you get to take that position. So always be taking notes, finding ways to improve. It's an evolution. We're always trying to improve. Sometimes the team will be the best and you'll do things a certain way that just work great. Well, the key members of that team at that time will go away, and then you have a reset period where maybe now things aren't being done so well, and because the person in charge is lazy or doesn't want to do the hard work. So you need to be able to have the intestinal fortitude to come in and accept that things aren't being done correctly, and to not overstep, but when it's your turn, start doing them correctly. Start making your team take the extra step to double check their equipment and do things the right way. Take notes as you're being the new guy, as you see things that you can improve on, and really just be aware of the situation. Understand that you are there to make things better. Sometimes that's just learning as much as you can, and other times that's making necessary changes when it's your time to lead. One other important thing, always bring beer. I mentioned this before and you guys were like, oh man, I don't drink though, Buck. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not a drinker. I don't care if you drink the beer. Even if you don't drink the beer, that's even better because that's more for the rest of the team. Team rooms like to have beer in the fridge, so make sure you grab some beer. They'll take it home. I'm not saying people are drinking at the team rooms, all right? So everyone just calm your shit. If you don't drink the beer, someone on your team could take that beer home, crack some beers at the house, and it shows that you understand and that you're trying to give back to the team a little bit. So just as a recap, you don't know shit about shit just because you got that green beret. You need to learn from the seniors. 2, you need to show that you're humble, constantly be cleaning, first one there, last one to leave, busting your butt, and keeping your mouth shut. Until you are asked, you keep your opinion to yourself. 3, take notes. Keep track of the things that are being done correctly and keep track of the things that you think could be improved on. Because at some point, you will step up to that position and you need to make necessary changes to make the team as good as you can before leaving to move on to SWIC or to move on to a different team or whatever you end up doing with your career. So don't just fall in line. If people are being lazy and it's not working, don't just fall into place and do it the way your senior did it because that's how he did it. Try to find the best way to do things. Always try to improve. And lastly, buy beer. If the team needs your help, no matter if it's your job or not, be the person that wants to help out. Always be volunteering for stuff and always be putting your ass on the line. These are basic principles that you learn throughout selection, you learn throughout the Q course, but ego gets involved when you put on that beret and you start getting treated differently. So it's important to humble yourself back to the day before you even got selected, when you were just an aspiring person that wanted to do bigger things. You're the same person when you show up to the team room. You're still just aspiring to want to do better things. You just have a green beanie on as to where you didn't before. So soak up everything you can. Be respectful to your teammates. Learn as much as you can and improve where you can. All right, guys. Good luck. I'm super proud of the people that are messaging me, telling me they got selected. It means this whole channel is working. It's giving you guys the information you need to help you get selected, to help Cadre find the right people by having more people put in for it. And that way they could pick the best of the best. And we could improve our regiment one person at a time. Talk to you guys next time.
And I can't see it clearly, but it's obvious. I know